Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how worrying is borrowing trouble from the future. In most cases, worry is just merely what is called in psychological circles anticipatory anxiety, meaning that your behavior is one where you are anticipating something to be anxious over, and you're being anxious about it right here and now when it hasn't even happened yet. And the reason why this behavior is so problematic and maladaptive is because we are so often not accurate predictors of the future. So we imagine worst case scenarios. We imagine this bad thing and this bad thing over there and that bad thing over there. And they don't even happen. But you may think, well, see, I skated by it. It didn't matter. It didn't really affect me. No, it did. Because when you worry about things that do not even happen, you've created an environment to attract similar things or even worse things to actually happen to you. This is why I talk about vibration so much, because it's so important you understand that being in that vibrational state does not mean I'm thinking about A, so I'm going to get A. It means when you're in the vibration that is negative, that thinking about A makes you feel, you get more things that make you feel in line with that vibration. More things that make you feel bad or afraid or worried. Not necessarily the same exact thing you're thinking about. That is one of the ways that many people completely miss this and don't understand it, is because they're expecting a direct one-for-one correlation. So you can be thinking about A, but get B, because they are both in the same low vibrational sphere, so to speak. They're on the same plane, the same dimension, if you want to call it that. And so you get that. And so you could be worried about your job. And the next thing you know, you start getting all these bills and extra things come up. And your finances start going down the tubes. Or you start having issues with your relationships, getting in fights with people and stuff you never would have had before. All things related to that low vibrational state you put yourself in by being worried. And you're literally borrowing trouble from the future. Future trouble that doesn't even exist and doesn't have to exist. You're bringing it into your present reality and experiencing it as if it did exist, thus leading to the end result of more things like that thing you're afraid of, like that thing you're worrying about. And it's a terrible cycle that people get themselves in. But what you can do is you can use your imagination and visualize to create a better reality. So that way you don't have to spend a single second of your day worrying about things that may never happen. In many cases, they don't happen. The old saying attributed to Twain and many other people is that I had many troubles, and some of them actually happened. Because we know this. If you've lived any amount of time in this life, you know that you've had times where you worried about something and it never even happened. And matter of fact, most of the things you worried about didn't happen. Now, there can be some people that get into this faith thing, start following Jesus, start understanding the power of their words and the power of their thoughts and the power of their imagination. And they do start becoming a little more powerful as far as manifesting those negative things they're worried about. The exact thing. Because when you can believe and don't doubt in your heart, you'll have whatsoever you say. But that is not just whatsoever you say that's good. It's whatsoever you say. You believe for bad, you believe for negative things, you can get that too. Hopefully you won't be believing for those things. Hopefully that's what you will avoid believing in. And you'll start focusing on things that are lovely and of good report. That's why I keep getting back to Philippians 4:8, because when you could focus only on things that are lovely and of good report, that's the only thing you think about. You don't have time to worry. You don't have time to borrow trouble from the future. You don't have time to be anxious and worried over things that may or may not happen. You just focus on the good. But what you do by doing that is you create a good high vibrational state that attracts into your life more of those good high vibrational things. This is why you can just be blessed by just watching videos where there's uplifting content. It may not even apply to your situation. It could be somebody just talking good things about God's goodness and grace. And it could be about their health. And yet it blesses you and helps you increase your financial prosperity because it gets you in a higher vibrational state. So understand, if you will just get yourself aligned with things that are good in your life. So let's say you have 5 areas of your life and 4 of them are disasters. They're train wrecks. They're dumpster fires. Well, why are you focusing on them? Obviously, what you're doing isn't working very well because you wouldn't have the dumpster fires in those 4 areas. But if you have one area that's good, focus on that. Think about the good parts of that. Think about how the Lord's blessed you in that area. Think about how great that's been going for you. And what you will find if you do that consistently enough, you start getting over thinking about some of those dumpster fires. Oh, no. Let me think about this good thing. And you keep redirecting your thoughts. You keep focusing on the good. You keep yourself in the high vibrational state of things that are lovely and of good report. Those 4 other areas that are trouble and disaster and problematic start to naturally correct themselves. Yes, there may be things you need to do to improve those areas, but it will come naturally to you. God will give you witty inventions. He'll just teach you to profit in those areas. You'll know the right things to do. You know the right things to say. And they will just naturally work out for your good. Because you've taken away that low vibration worry and you've added to your life the focus on the good. The gratitude to God for the good things of your life. This is why I stress gratitude so often. Anyone can worry and complain and whine about things that aren't going great in their life. But it takes a person of character to stand up and say, you know what? I'm not paying any attention to that. I'm only going to focus on the good. And I don't care what it is. It could be the smallest thing in the world. I'm grateful for my shoes. If that's all you have, that's the only thing you can think of. Now, that's not going to be possible, but let's just pretend the only thing you could possibly be grateful for is your shoes. And you only have 1 pair of shoes. That's the only thing you could possibly be grateful for. Everything else is a mess. Okay. Be grateful for the shoelaces. If they don't have shoelaces and they have Velcro, be grateful for the Velcro. Be grateful for the soles. Be grateful for the colors. Be grateful for the feel, how they comfort your feet. Be grateful for how they protect you from walking around in nature and getting cuts on your feet. Just be grateful for them. Now you could take that to anything, expand it to anything, the smallest thing, it doesn't matter, and be grateful for it. I don't care if you're eating ramen noodles. That's all you have for food. Be grateful for them. Praise God for them. Think about the goodness of them. The fact they're giving you some nutrition. Yes, they're not the greatest thing in the world. That's all right. You don't focus on that. Don't start going, well, you know, they got a lot of sodium, and well, they got this and they got that. Just focus on the good. And when you redirect your focus to things that are lovely and of good report enough times, those other areas start naturally becoming better. And you stop borrowing trouble from the future. You stop creating a troubled future in your present world. You stop experiencing trouble that hasn't even happened and likely won't even happen in your present reality. And you start just manifesting the good life, the blessed and abundant life that Jesus came to give you. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.